So, a couple of you guys have been requesting some video of me um, showing my Nobushi stats and the appearance as well, and I'm gonna do just that. So without further ado, let us get started. So the outfit that I'm using is the Zodiac Warrior. This costs about 15,000 steel. And the ornament I'm using is the cat's ears ornament from the Night Bloom Elite outfit, which costs 7,000 steel. The material I'm using is black, but with Nobushi, the material doesn't really matter that much, because as you can see, the difference is quite negligible. The colors I'm using for neutral is the teal future, which is part of the Zodiac Warrior outfit. For my attacker, I'm just using fall. But to be honest with you, I'm not really personally a big fan of any of the attacker colors. For defender, I'm using Journey. You get that at Reputation 10, level 18. And I'm using this because it looks very close, if not exact, to the teal future color. Like, just by eye glance, I can't really see much of a difference. Maybe the blue is slightly lighter, but it looks very close to teal future. The helmet I'm using is the Sagami helm because I personally like it better than all the others. I'm using it over the Izumi helmet because it's actually darker and I think it fits the color scheme much better. Plus, I like it better than all of these other helmets, which in my opinion don't exactly look very appealing to me. I'm using the Tendo chest and arms because they're the darkest and it does a really good job at contrasting the teal color. You could use the Amano chest as well. It's pretty close in terms of the darkness, but personally I like the Tendo better. I'm using the Sadamoon blade and guard. I would use the shaft as well if I had it, so I'm just using this one for now. So I'm going to talk about gear stats. So I've been using these gear stats all throughout Season 2. But with Season 3 coming out, I'm going to make a slight adjustment. I'll talk about that in just a moment, but at the moment this is what I have. For my helmet, I have my primary stat being defense, and my secondary stat being exhaustion recovery, because Nobushi goes through a lot of stamina, and if you use hidden stance a lot, then you'll understand why you run out of stamina. I don't know if her hidden stance is going to get buffed in Season 3 or not. I don't know at the moment. I hope it does, personally, but we'll see. For now, I think exhaustion recovery is much better than debuff resistance. But we'll see what happens in Season 3. That might change, and if so, I'll probably make another video. For my chest, I'm prioritizing Revenge Mode duration, with my secondary being Revenge Mode defense. Nobushi is amazing in 1vx situations. Countless times I've actually killed multiple foes all by myself because of her revenge and her amazing Sidewinder swipes and zone attack, which has an area on effect damage, and it's also a lot of damage as well. So maximizing revenge mode is the most optimal move you can make in 4v4 situations. For the arms, I am prioritizing defense as my primary stat and stamina cost reduction as my secondary stat. I like stamina cost reduction better because I can use more moves before going out of stamina, and it allows me to go into hidden stance more, which is very important for utilizing Nobushi's movesets and kits and accessing her mix-ups. And if she does get buffed in Season 3, then it will definitely be much more important as well. For the blade, this is what I use right now, but I'm probably gonna switch it up a little bit. Right now, I have my primary stat being attack, and my secondary being defense penetration. But with chip damage being introduced in Season 3, I'm thinking about having block damage be my secondary. Or, I'm sorry, my primary, and then defense penetration being my secondary. But we'll see. I'll play a little bit, and then I'll determine what the most optimal stat would be. But this is what I use at the moment. For the shaft, I'm using attack as my primary stat, and execution health regeneration as my secondary, because I find that personally be more helpful than revive speed. I'm not much of a team player, so that's why I use these stats. And then for the guard, I'm prioritizing revenge gain, because the faster I can get in the revenge mode, the better. Then obviously my secondary stat's going to be revenge mode attack. The reason why I'm using revenge gains my primary is because I'd rather go into revenge mode more frequently or much quicker than to have a slightly small attack boost. But as long as it's one of your stats, positive stats, then it should be good. These are the stats that I use. And then guess I'll go into my other stuff. I'm gonna call it my miscellaneous stuff. So the executions I use are Snap Off, and this is my favorite one, the Give Us a Smile. Because she has that sinister laugh right before she slits your throat. In my opinion, I think Nobushi has the best executions in the game. They both cost 7,000 steel, so it's not cheap. For the free roam emotes, I use Kicking Your Can. Chest Bump one is the default one that you get, so nothing special about it. For the combat, I have this one, Come Get Some, which also costs 7,000 steel. And then for the effects, I'm using Plasma Shock for both idle and emote. And for my execution, I'm using Whirlwind because I think it sounds much better than the Plasma Shock. But that's just my opinion, which costs 5,000 steel. So all in all, if you do basic arithmetic and calculate how much steel I spent on my Nobushi with the outfits, the executions and everything, I spent nearly 40,000 steel on her. So as you can see, she's pretty spoiled. So this is how she looks like with the effects. So those are my stats that I use for her. That's the outfit I use, and it's also the gear that I use as well. So that's my video, and hopefully you enjoy it. Give me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And thank you very much.